Okay, we've accepted the challenge of bone-in ribeyes. These two glorious cuts have come compliments of Tui's Butchery and Bistro from right here in Haiku, Maui. To accompany our steak, we're gonna do some baked yams or sweet potatoes or whatever the hell you wanna call them. To start, we're gonna trim the ends off each one and then poke them very vigorously with a big fork. Try not to get the palm of your hand like I've done in the past. Quick side note, forgot to turn the oven on. So while you're poking holes in these sweet potatoes, turn your oven on, bake 400 degrees, let that thing start to preheat. I've never used this big fork before, but it's a lot easier than a normal little fork. Step 3 for the sweet potatoes, we're gonna take some coconut oil and slather all of them up. Step 4, now we're gonna hit these things with some salt. Okay, oven just hit 400. In the sweet potatoes go. Oh, I forgot to take out the skillet. Okay, now we're gonna take some homemade rub, which has salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and we're gonna hit these things pretty liberally with the seasoning. If you season from a higher point, you get a more even spread. Now we're gonna let these two sit for like 30 minutes and let all that seasoning kind of soak into the meat. And while we do that, we're gonna start our fires. We're also gonna do a little experiment and do a reverse sear on these steaks. We're gonna cook them on the Traeger, low and slow, until they reach about 118 to 120 degrees internal. And then we're gonna move them to this little guy on a hot fire to do a reverse sear. Pellet choice for our Traeger tonight, we're going with half cherry, half hickory. Smoke is billowing. We're gonna close our lid and set the temp to 275. Into nature we go. We're gonna take fresh rosemary, which you'll see what we'll use this for in a minute. Keawe wood from right here on Maui. Our meat has sucked in quite a bit of that beautiful rub we made. Now we're gonna take them down and put them on some heat. Traeger's to temperature. We're gonna put our meat on and use 2 different types of probes to manage our internal temperature. We're gonna use one that's a meter, connects wirelessly via Bluetooth to my phone, and the other one just plugs straight into the Traeger, and we'll see how close they are. The meter goes into the biggest part of the meat. Traeger probe does the same thing on the other piece of meat. We're gonna go top shelf. Beneath our steaks on the Traeger, we're gonna put some thyme, rosemary, garlic, olive oil, and butter. That in combination with all the juices that drip down from our steaks will make a really good basting sauce as these things cook. All right, time to pull the taters out. Hot eyebrows. Just wanna check if they're fork tender, which they are. Oh yeah, good to go. Quick internal temp check. Traeger temp is 96. The meter said 97. We're gonna take a look at these guys. Give them a little baste. Ow, smoke in the eyes. Smoke in the eyes. Take some of this good sauce that we made and give the top a baste. Time to flip this thing. Give the backside a little baste. Our Traeger probe and our meter probe have both hit 118 internal, which is what we're aiming for. Third, 118, spot on. 119, close enough. So these are both coming off, and now we're gonna do our reverse sear. Low and slow, 275, about 45 minutes, and we're gonna do our reverse sear on some Keawe wood from Maui. We had this up on the table. Not a good call. It got so hot that it was warping and melting the table, hence it being on the concrete. Quick turn to try to get our diamonds. Over they go. Temp check to make sure we're done. We're aiming for 125 to 128, 127, 126. They're coming off. Let those rest for 10 minutes. Okay, we are done. We're gonna cut them up right along that bone. Perfect medium rare, coast to coast. We've sliced it. Now we're gonna hit it with a final topping of the finest Malden sea salt. Okay, I can't even wait until it's on a plate, so we're going in. Tastes like candy with no candy. Tell me that's not good. I mean, really, how could that be any better? There you have it. Tui's Butchery and Bistro beef, cooked to perfection, coupled with roasted sweet potato that is candy-like. What else do you need?